Happy NFL schedule release day to those who celebrate. Everybody should, by the way. We have figured out Washington's opener. We will be opening at Northwest Stadium against an NFC East rival. Since we know Dallas and Philly are opening up the season, we now know Washington hosts the New York Giants to open the 2025 regular season. Let's talk about it. Let's get active and let's pop. What it do, Washington Commanders Nation? It is Wednesday, May 14th, and it is officially NFL schedule release day. We will probably be able to piece together Washington's entire schedule by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, but per Art Stapleton, a non-provocateur, a non-salacious media of the New York member of the New York media, has released the Giants' first 4 regular season games. And in those 4 regular season games, it is a murderer's row. I'm suggesting the Giants throw Jackson Dart in off the early because the Giants are opening up at the Washington Commanders week 1, at the Dallas Cowboys week 2. They're hosting the Chiefs on Monday Night Football week 3, and then they're hosting the Chargers week 4. Good God. Pray for those boys, but not really. We wish the worst on our enemies. But let's talk about Washington's week 1 matchup. Malik Neighbors and Jaden Daniels, the two best friends that anyone can have, they're squaring off. Again, it will be another jersey swap. They're going to probably have 1,000 of each other's jerseys, but I'm wishing misery on Malik Neighbors in New York. I want Malik Neighbors' tenure in New York to be so depressing that there is no way he's returned. I want this shit ending like the Odell Beckham saga. I want him to find his way to unrestricted free agency by the end of his contract. So I need Washington to get right back to the shit. We played 2 close games with the New York Giants last year. In week 2 at home, 21-18 in a game where we didn't punt or turn it over one time, but we had to settle for 7 Austin Seibert field goals. Jaden walked them down, won the game on the final drive. A Malik Neighbors drop was the turning point in that game. And then the second game in New York, we had a much better handle and control of that game, but the score will tell you otherwise. It was 27-22, but we punted, scoring another touchdown at the 2-yard line at the end of the game to just take a knee. So that's a 2-possession game that looks like a 1-possession game on the box score. But come on, man. We showed them mercy. We gave them some respect, and we took a knee at the 2-yard line in their stadium at the end. So I wouldn't call the second one necessarily a close game, but they're getting year 2 MVP campaign, better offensive weapon, Jaden Daniels and company to start the season. Y'all pray for them New York Giants, man. Y'all pray for them. I know it's a divisional game. It's always going to be scrappy. It's always going to be gritty. It's going to be hard fought, and ridiculous things happen in week 1 of the NFL season. I'll tell you this right now as I sit here on May 14th. We're not losing to the New York Giants to open the season. We're not losing to the New York Giants to open the season. They had a good offseason. They brought in Javon Holland, Paulson Adebo to help bolster their secondary. They're trying to get a real leap out of Deonte Banks this year. He got him some help in the cornerback room. They add Javon Holland to a safety room with Tyler Nubin already back there. And what was the other dude's name? Pinnock. Yeah, they got some ballers, and they got some ballers all over the defense. And I love what they did in the draft. They add Darius Alexander to an already ridiculously stout defensive line. Sexy Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive tackle in football. If not the best, he's 1B to Chris Jones right now. They have a 3-headed monster on the outside. Well, if you want to call Kayvon Thibodeau a monster, but Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter, the best edge rusher in this year's draft class, they took him. So Josh Connerly, Laremy Tunsil, it's time to earn your keep off the early. What better test for this new bolstered offensive line of the Washington Commanders than a stout front of the New York Giants. Oh boy, we're going to see what y'all are made of. We're going to see what y'all made of off the early. I'm wondering what the timetable is going to be for Sam Cosmi's recovery, because it would be fire to see a full offensive line of Laramie Tunsil, Brandon Coleman, Tyler Biadasz, Sam Cosmi, and Josh Connolly Jr. to open the season, because we need bodies. Them boys get to it. There was a good point around the midway point of the season where the Giants were leading the NFL in sacks, but they were just ass because Daniel Jones and company were stinking it up and didn't give that team a chance. Malik Neighbors was the most open wide receiver in the NFL last year, and he balled out, but it didn't even matter. Tyrone Tracy had a phenomenal rookie campaign, especially as a day 3 pick. It didn't matter. They bring back Darius Slayton on that offense. They bring in Lil Jordan Humphrey and another receiver. In the draft, they brought in EBT John Riggins, a.k.a. Cam Scatterboo, who's also wearing number 44 in the NFL. Cue the Stone Cold. That's how a white man runs that football. So Tyrone Tracy, Scatterboo is the two-headed monster in the backfield for the New York Giants. The big question with the Giants is, how early does Jackson Dart get to play, and who's starting week 1? I imagine they intend to go into the season with Russell Wilson as the starter. They had their little buddy cop picture with all the guys at practice next to each other throwing. Everybody got shorts and a t-shirt on, but try-hard-ass Russell Wilson, of course, got game pants on, because that's what try-hard little league coach-looking-ass motherfuckers are going to do at practice. But I imagine we're seeing rinsed Russell, but if Brian Daboll wants to keep his job, if Joe Schoen wants to keep his job, the GM and the head coach are a lame duck tandem, and their seats are on fire, and the league just poured gasoline all over their seats. You got to get Jackson Dart on that football field. Your only life raft, your life preserver, your only thing that can make you tread water in that organization is to show the owner, this kid we traded up for in the first round can play. You know, some empty calorie wins with Russell Wilson is not going to keep your job, my friend. Playoffs is not something y'all should be worried about in New York right now. What y'all should be worried about is this kid that we drafted in the first round, not Abdul Carter, the second one, the one you traded up for, is he good, or is he going to be anything special in the league? Y'all should be trying to get him on the field early and often. I know Brian Daboll is pressed to get him in at least by Halloween or something, because with a start of the season like the Giants have, shit can go off the rails real fast. They could very well be looking at 0-4 when you have to go to Washington, Dallas, host the Chiefs, and then the Chargers to open the season. Chargers, playoff team. Chiefs, come on now, Super Bowl team. Cowboys should be a playoff team this year. Commanders, playoff team. That is a murderer's row for the New York Giants, and I love that for my enemies. I wish the worst on my enemies, so I woke up extra chipper with a smile on my face when I seen how the Giants have to open the season, man. But it's year 2. It's Jayden Daniels. It's going down. The schedule's officially coming out tonight, and we get a divisional rival that we are all familiar with coming to town. I'm imagining this is going to be a 1:00 kick. There's nothing 425 game of the week worthy of playing the New York Giants. I expect it to be what a divisional game usually is, a hard-fought game in which Washington wins by 10 to 13 points. I don't want to make too early predictions, but let me make a too early prediction, man. Yeah, we're definitely winning this game, and we're winning this game by 10 to 13 points, and Jayden's going to kick off the year 2 MVP sophomore leap campaign, because we don't do slumps around here. That boy Jayden built different. We're getting right back to it. The league grooved us a pitch and threw us a softball. They put it on a tee for week 1 of the season. You don't want to overlook opponents, especially opponents in your division that did improve this offseason. But contrary to popular belief, the Washington Commanders also got significantly better this offseason. So Y'all got to see us. I'm excited to put together the rest of the pieces of this schedule as things come out. I will be here to break it to you and talk about it on the channel. Ozzy, the guy who's been leaking all the stuff correctly, because there was a Fugazi schedule, week 1 schedule leak on the timeline yesterday. It turned out that shit was super false. He's got the Giants' first 4 games of the season here. I believe the Cowboys are playing the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. So Washington will not be on Thanksgiving so far. The Chiefs will be on Thanksgiving and Christmas. The other Thanksgiving game is the Rams and the Bucks. And we play the Lions at home. So we will not be playing on Thanksgiving this year, guys. Week 1, it's looking like all divisional games and then shit like this Titans-Broncos game. What a debut for Cam Ward, having to go up against that top 2 Broncos defense to open the season. But as things come out, I'll be here to talk about it, man. That's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Pray for the New York Giants, or don't. We're going to know the entire schedule tonight, and we will be going live on Commanders Kings to immediately react to the Washington Commanders schedule and start making some way too early predictions and prognostications. This your boy Rio Robinson. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Talk soon.